7 runners. First race of the afternoon, Gates crashed back and away in racing from the 1100 metre mark. A bit of an awkward beginning for African Prince and Worldly, who got to know each other coming out of the starting stalls. WORLDCRAFT hit the ground running, was one of the first ones to show. Right up there's Air Raid, who's on the outside of runners, but right up there in a good spot. Furious Queen's just off the leading duo, followed by Worldly, who's improved down towards the inside. Then comes African Prince racing 3 lengths off the leader. Further back in the field to Babelicious, who's one from last, and Tunguska is last of all. About 5 lengths cover the field as they make the way towards the 600 metre mark, and Worldly down towards the inside has picked up the running, gone 2 lengths clear. WORLDCRAFT is in second. Then comes Air Raid, who's racing 4 lengths off the leader, followed by African Prince. In between those two is Furious Queen in the white and red silks, racing 4 lengths off the leader. Then comes further back in the field Babelicious with Tunguska as they're into the final 300 metres. Worldly still in front. WORLDCRAFT the first one to challenge up on the outside. There comes Air Raid, who's further back in the field, and Babelicious is unwinding a good looking run up on the outside of runners. Worldly starting to fade, and WORLDCRAFT has picked it up now. WORLDCRAFT ahead of a fast finishing Babelicious on the outside, but WORLDCRAFT hanging tough into the closing stages. WORLDCRAFT will beat Babelicious. Air Raid third. Then came further back in the field Worldly, followed by just in behind that Tunguska. Then came African Prince. The winner, number 3, WORLDCRAFT, down the centre of your screen, the blue sleeves and cap and the salts of Mr. Ken Truter and Jane Truter, host of owners involved here, Mr. Gardner, as well as Mr. Gardner, and Claverflay Stud Pty Limited nominee, Mr. John Costa, bred by Claverflay Stud as well. And number 3, WORLDCRAFT, will come home to win in the opening leg of today's bypass in the first race of the afternoon at Hollywood Bets Kenilworth. And I think quite a favourable result here for most punters. Number 3, WORLDCRAFT, the winner for race number 1.
All right, thank you very much, MJ. We've just seen a wonderful filly win, the daughter of One World, WORLDCRAFT. She won a cracking race last time, beating that very good filly, Rockapino, who's trained by Candice Bass Robinson. She's clearly on the improve. I thought she won a decent enough race this afternoon, and probably one that needs to go into the black book as well. Well done to Vaughan Marshall, well done to Mrs. B.G. Gardner, of course to Bruce, congratulations. Well done to Ken Truter, well done to the Claverflay Stud Farm, to Jane Truter. They've got a very nice filly on their hands. WORLDCRAFT, who's now a 2-time winner from 3 starts. Ashton Aries, tremendous ride. You would have been licking your lips once you got booked to ride this individual. What sort of feel did she give you today?
Yes, look, Brandon, she's still on the improve. She's a very nice filly. She put on some good work back at home. I was very confident coming to this race. I was taking on some horses with experience, but I still thought she would have won today.
Would you say she's improved quite a bit from her last run? I mean, you watch form closely. I know you watch reruns closely. That filly Rockapino won a great race. So would you say she's come on where she was last time?
Yes, Brendan, look, she's improved every time she's come to the course back at home. Just a big thank to Mr. Marshall and to the owners.
Ashton, to help the punting public out there, what are you looking forward to riding a bit later?
Look, Brendan, I'm looking forward to ride for Benatza. I thought he's my next best rider on the card. I'm just looking forward to ride him.
Last question. We've all been glued to the screens. We've been watching the draws on the field for the Hollywood Bets Durban July. If there was one horse you would have liked to ride, any horse in the race, which one would it have been?
Look, Brendan, I would have probably wanted to ride Seed again. I thought, obviously, his last one was a good run, second in July last year. But today, the other horse that beat him is obviously got a way to carry, so I think he's the runner in the race.
Well, Ashton, always good to see you. Keep up the good work, and long may it continue the winners in the Western Cape.
Thank you, Brendan.
There we go. That's Ashton Aries. Great to see him getting the support from Vaughan Marshall. Well done to Ashton Aries. The daughter of One World is now a 2-time winner from 3 starts.
Thank you, Brandon. WORLDCRAFT most certainly impressed once again. Well done for the win, Miss Marshall.
Thanks, Vicky. Thank you.
Interesting, on her breeding, is she going to get a bit of a trip? I mean, she's impressed over the sprint thus far.
Well, Vicky, she should do, but, you don't want to dent the speed that she shows, so it's going to be a tricky decision, but I suppose at some stage in the new season we'll have to try. But it's a wonderful little filly, and when I say little, she's quite deceptive. She's not as small as she looks. But I thought it was a great win today, and good luck to Ken and to Jane and to Joe and Bruce Gardner and to Claverflay. I think they've got a fair filly on their hands.
She most certainly impressed. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Lovely to speak to Ken and Jane. Lovely to have you on course for WORLDCRAFT's win. Every time they sail across the line, these One Worlds, I think everyone just respects every one of the wins.
Yeah, well, it's fantastic. I mean, I'm lost for words at that stage, and maybe that's a good thing. I'll just enjoy the wins, and thanks to Vaughan. Vaughan gave me a lot of confidence. He said this is a really good little filly, and I think she'll go very close. and he was spot on. So obviously very happy, and I'd just like to say well done to our partners, Joe and Bruce Gardner, and John Costa on the stud farm who did the breeding. And so obviously we're very happy to have a decent filly like this.
Well done.
And thanks to Vaughan, obviously.
Indeed. Jane, these grandchildren are quite spectacular, aren't they?
They are. I'm a very proud granny. But she looked beautiful. You know, Vaughan always turns his horses out magnificently. And also, good luck to our partners. We've got a great group of people together and beautifully bred at Klavervlei.
Indeed. Well done for the win.
Thank you, Vicky.
Lovely and successful start to the day for the treaters, as well as the balance of the partnership in WORLDCRAFT, daughter of One World. He just keeps impressing, does One World or his progeny. So very impressive, and well done to Klavervlei Stud on breeding.